on your heart, better get it off your chest. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, not a convo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legends, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines. What's viral, what's worth your time? We bring perspective to the noise online. No sugarcoat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit. But it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is Vected. Balance in the convo, energy collective. Every episode strong, every topic perfect. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, not a convo in effect.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. Munya perfection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, not a convo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legends, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines. What's viral, what's worth your time? We bring perspective to the noise online. No sugarcoat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit. But it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is Vected. Balance in the convo, energy collective. Every episode strong, every topic perfect. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, not a convo in effect.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. Munya perfection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip-hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, not a convo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legends, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines. What's viral, what's worth your time? We bring perspective to the noise online. No sugarcoat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit. But it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is Vected. Balance in the convo, energy collective. Every episode strong, every topic effective. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, now the combo in effect.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. Money on perfection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, now the convo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legends, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines. What's viral, what's worth your time? We bring perspective to the noise online. No sugarcoat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit. But it's all love, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is Vected. Balance in the convo, energy collective. Every episode strong, every topic effective. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, no filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, now the combo in effect.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. Money on perfection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya imperfection, now the convo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legends, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines.
What's up? What's up? What's the word, y'all? And I'm here with my main man, Mayan Sig. Mayan, what's good?
Oh, what's going on? And yet again, another Thursday.
Another Thursday. We back at it again. We on episode number 36. And today we bringing the energies. We serving looks. We giving topics. We excited for today. We excited to see each other once again, like we always do each and every week. Okay. And of course, we are excited to tune in with y'all and entertain y'all and give y'all some of our opinions and feedback on some of these good topics we got, Mayan. But before we get into that, Mayan, how was your week?
My week was amazing. Everything is cool and copacetic. I'm gonna say you been looking real good and green. You know what I'm saying? You
think
high
so?
powered today.
You think
I
so?
see that.
Thank you,
I'm sure the people gonna say something about that.
Yes,
the hair
yes,
looking,
yes.
it looking real good.
That's what I do. That's what I do every week. I bring the vibes. I'm bringing the vibes.
Yeah, cause last week you were kind of like I was worried about you last week. You were kind of.
Ooh, I was in the funk last week. I had on my joggers. I was feeling real down and under the weather because it was raining. But
that's real life though.
that's real life, you know. And this week has been good. Today had been good. You know, somebody asked me how was my day going, and I say, you know how you always wanted something and you finally got it?
Right.
That's how I feel today.
Okay.
That's how I feel today. I feel accomplished. I feel motivated, inspired, and I felt great today. So that's why I'm serving vibrance.
All right, that's
Feeling
cool.
real vibrant today.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Today, yes.
I was just having a conversation with my homeboy today, and I'm not gonna go because I know he be watching, so I don't want to put his business out there.
Yeah.
But he going through a little situation, and cut a long story short, me and him, I just saying sometimes you just got to trust in your own greatness. You got to trust yourself.
yeah.
Sometimes you have to trust and believe your own instincts. Sometimes
I like that.
when something seem like it ain't right, 9 times out of 10 it ain't right.
It ain't right.
You know what I'm saying? That first vibe that you get, right? You have to trust yourself in certain
Trust your
situations. So
instinct.
that's kind of like what I'm leading with today. You know what I'm saying? I be
Yeah.
feeling like there be a lot of situations. You ever get caught up in a situation to where like some jump off or at the end of that situation, whatever it is, and you like my first vibe of this situation was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You ever been in that situation?
A ton of times,
Right.
with a ton of people, relationships, partnerships, business, and it's always like that. But the thing with that is, the beauty in that is learning, learning from that, learning that once that happens so many times where you look back and you reflect and you like, oh, I should have followed my first mind. The more you do that and make those mistakes, the more you should be learning from those mistakes.
That's
you
true.
should be learning. So after the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th time, however long it's
gotta
going to take you,
learn.
because each person is different.
Everybody got their own time. They
Everybody
learn.
got their own time, but you should be taking those experiences and those heartbreaks or those letdowns or those betrayals and learning something from it going forward. You have
Why
to.
do you think we don't never? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think sometimes you be looking at a situation and you think it's gonna play out different? Because I'm speaking for myself. I done been caught up in situations like 2 or 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh man, I thought he was gonna be different. And I'm like, man,
No.
what make us do that sometime though? What you
And
think?
I know you always say this. You always speak on logic. But I told somebody this the other day that
Right.
depending on, where you're at in life, emotions triumph logic
Right.
all the time. People react on emotion before they logically react, because
Yeah.
emotions get the best of us sometimes.
Yeah.
And, and we're human, we're human. And, just going back to what I said before, when that do happen and you do notice that your emotions is getting the best of you or you're reacting off emotion instead of logic first, you just learn from that and correct it the next time.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and I know that, coming from being an emotional person, I know there's been a ton of times when my emotion had took over. And then when my emotions took over and I acted on my emotions, then I thought about
Yeah.
it later logically, like, damn,
Yeah.
I should have did that. I should have followed my first mind.
Yeah, yeah, for
so
sure.
It all ties back in, it's all,
What we call it, GLIC. Remember what that stands for?
click. Yes.
Game, logic, intelligence, and common sense.
Yes.
That's what that is, man. And as a man, the reason why I would say use logic instead of emotion, because emotions are finicky. You know what I'm saying? And emotions are fickle. You dig what I'm saying? Sometimes you may feel, especially with the women, sometimes you may feel like this, and how you be reacting is basically you can't trust that because
Yeah,
you know
you
what I'm saying?
can't.
Because emotions is like the weather. That's how sometimes you want to use common sense. And I know it's kind of harder for females, especially to get on the logic, but this applies to everybody.
For guys too.
Yeah, for guys too. Yeah,
for guys too. You got a lot of emotional men out here doing a lot of emotional things, crashing out, and acting a fool.
I'll be speaking for the guys, but I'll be saying sometimes, because I'm not really just, when I talk sometimes, I'm not saying it's just, this game is just not for the guys. The females too.
Yeah,
be dealing with a lot of, I want to call them like a lot of moist dudes out here these days. You know what I'm saying?
I like that word, moist.
Yeah, moist. A lot of moist ass dudes, you know what I'm saying, out here. So sometimes you want to recognize somebody with who can't control their emotions, because you gonna fuck around and be in a crash
out situation. I was just about to say that.
I'm gonna leave it there.
I was just about to say you're gonna end up in a crash out situation, and God, it's gonna be all hell and broke loose.
Right.
So you got to be careful with that. Be careful with people.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it right there. I know we got a lot of topics to discuss. We do.
We do.
We're gonna be going for 2 hours.
Yes. And I can't wait to get into it. Okay, Mayan. We're gonna let you go ahead and take us into the first topic, Mayan.
Okay, so the first topic is a video that we saw, that was like trending. Matter of fact, you play the video and then we get into the topic.
Yeah, okay.
I had some real hoe friends, like hoes. You know that quote, you are who you hang around, birds of a feather flock together? I used to be like, no. And it started dawning on me when people were like coming at me a certain way, like guys coming at me a certain way, and like certain caliber men were like trying to, the way they were talking to me, or they would see me out and how they would present themselves. And it's like, hold up, bitch. You must think I'm on what she on. And absolutely they do, because it's like, you ain't about to just be kumbaya hanging with nobody that's on that and you not on that. Like, be for real. So I started paying attention to like who you keep in close proximity, because that also alters who you are and how you live.
Right. So that's the topic. She said, she cut off her whole friends. Do you become who you hang around with? Hoes, criminals, and all that kind of thing. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Her in particular. I don't think that's the case, Jada. I don't think these guys are coming at you and treating you like a hoe because you hang with hoe girls. I think they're coming at you and treating you like a hoe and talking to you like a hoe because of the way you dress, maybe having your ass out and your titties out.
I know who she is. She been having the ass out and all that?
Yes.
All right. I know who the young lady is.
I think that these guys approach you with the mindset because of the way you present yourself, So if you're presenting yourself out here with, these big boobs all hanging out with the nipple covers, and then your ass is just out everywhere. I mean, you can see every inch of the cheek. That's probably why they're approaching you like you're a hoe. Not because you hang with hoe girls, it's because the way you look.
Right.
You look like a hoe.
Right.
Beautiful girl.
Right.
But you just, you look. If I was a dude, I would think you own that because of the way you look.
Right.
You ain't saving nothing for the imagination. Everybody get to see everything.
And that's just how the mind works. Mm-hmm. I remember one time I was hanging out with my homeboy. We was at the club. I was a little younger, and I was a bit swole than what I look like now. Mm-hmm. And I was in all black. We was dressed in all black, fly that motherfucker, and we was standing next to the door. And somebody said, can I, where the bar at or whatever. I'm like, why are you asking us? He said, oh, I thought y'all work here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we was in all black and we look like security dudes.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it be like that. It's psychological. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I stand with you on that. And human beings, right? We gonna get into some psychology. Everybody. The mind works automatically, right? When you see something, your mind, it has to make some kind of sense to you when you look at something, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why when you join the military, that's why they don't say you could join from home. They say you got to come over here, train with the team, and y'all got to be together because y'all start thinking together.
Exactly.
Because psychologically, birds of a feather flock together.
One band, one sound.
Right. when you join the gang, you can't join the gang from home. You got to be together because you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
so
what
I
they
say
say.
all of this to say this. Yes, you become who you hang out with. It's only psychology. Sooner or later, you're gonna be the people that you hang around with, and it spreads by osmosis. Y'all look that word up if you ain't know what I'm talking about. It be
Right.
spreading like that.
Okay.
It just depends with who you hang out with. It's just a matter of time. Sooner or later, you're gonna be thinking like them, acting like them. You can't help it.
Okay. So, what I'm going to say from personal experience, I disagree with that. I mean, I agree and I disagree. And I agree with that because the majority of the people will start to become what they hang around with. And I think that that particular group of people only become who they hang around with because they're not secure, safe, and sane in their own identity. Okay. So I feel like when a person is secure with who they are and know their identity and know who they are and what they want to be, where they want to go, and who they becoming, I don't think that they would mold to the masses or to the rest of the group or, be that bird that just flocks together. I have to disagree with that because, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I got friends that do a lot of things and think in similar ways, but I don't. You know what I mean? I don't, and it's nothing that they can do or nothing that they do would affect the way that I think in the things that I do and the morals that, like, somebody else being a hoe, okay, ain't gonna make me want to be a hoe. I don't care how much I hang around with you because you know what? I got certain morals, I got certain values, and that's just not my character.
Right.
And because I know my character, I know that I'm not going to alter my character or change my character because of the people I'm hanging around. If that's what you choose to do, then that's just who you are. Most of the time, this is just who these people are.
Right.
So if you hanging around somebody and you end up doing what they doing because y'all hanging out, then that's just who you are. That's who you always wanted to be. Now you just feel comfortable with being yourself.
Right. I mean,
So you can't, if you got a good girl who hangs out with a bunch of hoes, that's not gonna automatically make her a hoe. That don't mean even if she ain't good, a non-hoe hanging out with the hoes, that ain't gonna automatically make her want to be a hoe. You know what I mean? Because one, she might know who she is. She might know what she want to do. She might, certain things may be out of her league. You know what I mean? But I do understand when people say you are who you hang around with, and you keep the company, keep your good company, bad company will make you look bad. I get all of that. You know what I mean? That's why you have to know where to go with certain people. Certain people can't go everywhere you go. Certain people can't do everything you do. You know what I mean? So I agree with that statement because the majority of the people are lost and they are not secure in their own identity. But I don't, because you do have some people out here who are safe and who are comfortable with being themselves and won't alter that because of their friends or the people they hang out with.
all right. So here's what I'm saying. It's like you can have a strength of character, and you cannot. It's like somebody who grew up in the hood, but they don't have their ways is not off the hood. They decided not to, be involved in the gang. They're not robbing. They could turn out to be something that's totally different. That is the exception to the rule. And you could be a strong character and not assimilate what people are doing. But the psychology of what happens, I read a book a few years ago. I was trying to look it up when you were talking, the guy who wrote about it. It's like sooner or later, if you hang around certain people, if you hang around a certain type of dude, if you're in a relationship with a certain type of guy, sooner or later, you're going to start picking up traits.
Yeah, you pick up
their
their
traits.
traits.
As time goes, right?
Yeah,
As time
you do.
goes.
You
so it's just like, to protect yourself from picking up even a little bit of something, some stuff that happened like that, you better off not hanging out with those type of people. You know what I'm saying? And you better removing yourself from that situation. It's not everybody that's gonna fall into that, but I always say in every situation you want to put yourself in the best position to win.
Right.
So if somebody moving like that, you don't even want to be around them like that. And I'm not trying to say charge them to the game because these is your friends.
Okay.
It's a time and place for everything.
Right, because that's what I
Right.
was going to speak on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
As far as, getting out of there and removing them and surrounding yourself.
Nah, you
some
ain't
of these
gotta do
people
that.
you build bonds for, you build relationships with. Some of these people are family members. Some of these people are siblings. People you can't just, throw off. You know what I mean? You can't just, away with them. Like I said, there's certain people who you can take to certain places with you. Certain people you can't. I know which clique of my friends I can go take and go sit at a 5-star restaurant. I know what friends not to take. You know what I mean? I know what friends who I can take to go and meet a certain kind of people. And I know what friends I can't take. You know what I mean? So you just got to know how to deal with people. Once you are comfortable with who you are and being the best version of yourself, ain't nothing nobody else doing should be able to alter who you truly are when you are actually being the person you're supposed to be, living in your purpose and just being comfortable with who you are. Ain't nobody gonna change you out to that.
Yeah, no.
It may let's see, it may influence you a little bit.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't need that influence a little bit. When they say there's a saying that go around that say if you hang around, a bunch of broke friends, if you hang around 4 broke friends, you're gonna be the 5th sooner or later. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. What if you hanging around 4 broke friends on the weekends? Y'all go party. These your party people. And let's not say like technically broke, but they not rich friends, okay? But y'all, this who you go party with. This who you have good conversation with. This who you have your girls' night out with. You party with them on the weekends. But then you got another pack of rich friends. What's wrong with having that? You know what I mean? So you can't say birds of a feather flock together, because what if you flocking with all the motherfucking birds? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
What if you with the hoes and you with the good girls? What if you got friends and you hanging out with friends that's,
So I'm gonna hit you with this because for the sake of the topic, that's why I was talking like that. But I would say you gotta have you a nice balance.
Right. There you go.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta have you a nice balance.
There
You know
you
what I'm
go.
saying? Like
There
you
you
say,
go.
you gotta pick and choose. You can't be with people too much. You can't.
Yeah.
You got to have a healthy balance. That's all I'll be trying to tell. That's all I'll be trying to tell folk. Like you gotta have a good old balance.
Yeah.
Now you can't be like, nah, I'm trying to live like this. And 9 times out of 10, you hanging out with people that ain't even got no goals in life, but you trying to go somewhere. You can't do that.
Yeah, I get that. I like, I like to do me some little ratchet stuff every now and again. You know what I'm saying? I like to get a little ratchet every now and again. However, I got my clique of corporate girls that I hang out with. You know what I mean? I got certain girls who I can go sit at the bar with, with the wealthy people and have a drink, and we sit and we talk, and we know how to code switch. I got some friends that don't know how to code switch. They just ghetto, hood, ratchet 365 days. And that's okay. That's just who they are. However, I know where and where not I can be,
Let me tell you a little story. One time,
Come on,
let me tell you
come on,
one time,
Rudy.
I got me a little job, you know what I'm saying, corporate, and I was wearing a suit, and I was good at the job. And you know at the
shit.
job, how you be a representative, that was at the job, that's not really me. It's a representative at the job. I even talk different at the job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the job. So now we got a little work outing.
Yeah.
Somewhere. It was in the summertime, and I invite my friend. He from the hood.
Oh, shit.
I invite my
Now,
friend.
you
So we
shouldn't
go.
have
I
did
said,
that. No, you can't do nothing like that.
was that. I was young. I say,
like
listen.
that.
Listen, I said, listen, we going to this because everything is free. They got alcohol and they got whoop to whoop. We we got a room. You gonna have your own room and we gonna go to the gym. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, don't be acting out now. You can't be smoking. We can smoke outside or but he was like, yeah, I'm good. Anyway, he showed up. Cause when he showed up, everything was good. I ain't to do. He had a cool little haircut on him. He was dressed good.
looked nice.
He had some dress shoes. The white women were looking at him. He tall. He's 6'4". They were like, oh yeah.
Okay, okay.
Anyway,
Who is him?
His name is Troy. You know what I'm saying? They said, okay. Anyway,
Okay.
we go to the bar. He got a button down. He cool.
Yeah.
Everything is cool. First night, second night. And I'm like, man, you did good. So I ain't really giving the pep talk second night. We go to the pool because we finna play volleyball. I know what happened. This dude must have went outside and smoked a little something. And then we went to the pool to play volleyball. This dude, we was playing volleyball. This dude slammed the ball and hit my boss face. Bam!
Oh, hell
And
no, please.
I big like that.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He laughing. He goofy. We go to the bar. He drinking. He doing all of that.
Oh,
I said,
no.
"Boy, that's what I'm saying." His name is Troy. Shout out Troy. You my dude. I had to tell him the story, man.
Hopefully he
dude,
see this.
Hey, Troy, that was too much, man. And I ain't never took him nowhere. That's
Yeah.
the reason. You
Yeah.
finding out right now. That's
Right.
why I never took you nowhere after
Yeah.
that. I fuck with you, but
Yeah.
man.
Everybody can't go anywhere. You know what I mean? So just like when you go to work and they be having all the company picnics, somebody bring your family. Don't bring your damn family to the people shit. Tearing up them people and stuff and drinking all
Tearing-
this. Cause baby, I ain't never brought my family to none of them. I ain't never brought my family to baby. They'll eat y'all out of damn a house and a corporation.
what you talking about? Your family good though.
But I'm saying I got
Not
family.
everybody. You
Not
got
everybody.
you got a big family.
You can't.
So you talking about certain people.
No,
you
y'all
can't.
would get ate out of a house in a corporation playing with my people. What you mean? We gonna drink the bar. We gonna eat. You know what I mean? And then what make it so bad is because my people around now. Now I wanna shit, bitch.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Feel
Yeah.
comfortable. So yeah, you don't invite certain people to certain things. Everybody
Yeah.
can't go to certain places.
And
And,
that's
I
because-
know that. So learn your people, learn your friends enough to know who to take where.
Right, and you gotta be official with it because you don't want to charge your people to the game because these is your
know.
people you came up with.
No,
you gotta have some
right.
kind of etiquette to how you deal with them. So
I tell people
yeah.
that all the time. You ain't gotta charge nobody to the game. You just gotta
Like
know how
that.
to deal with them.
For sure.
You don't charge them to the game. You know what I mean? Just play the game properly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, play it properly and just know how to deal with each person. Okay. So that's enough of that, y'all. Let us know what y'all thinking. Give us a call at the number on the screen. If y'all want to chime in on that topic, let's read and see what's going on in the comments, Marion. What you think? What you think?
Hey, you right. I can't see that.
Hey, Bree, we see
Hey,
you.
what
girl.
up,
We
Pre?
see you. Yes, bad
Comment
company
section as usual.
corrupts good character. There you go. It does corrupt it in some instances, like I said. Right, you definitely do not have to be a product of your environment. Absolutely not.
For sure.
Yes, perfection. Preach. Yes. Y'all know I'm going to always keep it a thou wow, as my young say all the time. I'm always keep it a thou wow.
wow, for
Y'all already
sure.
know how I'm coming. I'm going to keep it real as much as I can, much as I can here. So we're going to go ahead and hop into the next topic.
What's the next
topic? Mayan, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Is being feminine still enough? Or do men want women with a little bit of emotion? Let's see if we got a video or something to refer back to that.
All men want. Pay attention, ladies. It's real simple. Remember, we don't care about none of that shit you got. We don't care about your money. We don't care about your trips. We don't care about your possessions. All men want is a woman that's feminine, a woman that's respectful, a woman that's in shape, and a woman that is nice to us. That's all we want.
Hell no. Hell no. He lying. Let me tell you something. You can't be nice to these niggas, okay? You cannot be nice. Ooh, because I be starting off nice to niggas all the time, and people always tell me, you be too nice, don't be nice. And every time you be nice, that's when they start to play in your face. You cannot be nice to these. Be nice to the ones that deserve to be nice to, of course. But when you be nice to these niggas, oh, they play in your face. They think you is boo-boo the fool. All the way around. I tried that. I tried that for all of us. I tried that. It don't work. Being nice to a man ain't gonna get you nowhere. So that ain't true. Now, a man wanting a feminine woman, I can see that. You know what I mean? I can see a man wanting, a woman that's more on the feminine side. I can see a man wanting a woman that's more on the feminine side. I can understand that.
Right.
But do men care about women making money and stuff? I think that I honestly can say this about that. The men nowadays have been talking about how they are tired of the women. They are tired of the women begging and asking for stuff. So the niggas these days, they want women to be able to make their own money. That's what I've been hearing in the streets lately.
Right.
About the men. They've been saying that they want somebody who can hold their own and make their own money and do their own thing and all this and that and that. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say this. I agree with dude.
okay.
I feel like
Elaborate.
okay, so yes, you want a woman that making her own money, but
He
I
didn't
don't.
say that though.
He said a woman that's nice.
He
You
didn't
know,
say nothing about no woman that's making her own money. That ain't what he said.
no. I said okay. So I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna say it in how he said. So basically, I don't really care about a woman's money and about her motion because it's like I don't really care if a woman got motion or not. I don't really care. I just respect over everything because if you respect me, you know what I'm saying, I'm a lead and we gonna make us some money anyway. Well, when I say lead, you open your eyes real wide, like you know what I'm saying. I noticed that you like you got a problem with that.
I don't. But the
Because
thing,
it's a certain type of dude, though. That's what I'm trying to say, perfection. It's a certain type of dude. Me personally, let me speak for myself. So, you know, I don't get it discombobulate the situation. Speak for myself. I don't care what, you know, if you got a job and you can look after yourself, that's prerequisite. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you being homeless and you don't know what to do with your life.
Right.
But if you respect me as a dude and you take care of business as far as what you're doing, I don't care about the motion. If you just doing right about your life and you respect me and everything is cool, I don't give a damn what kind of money you got because that don't really mean nothing to me. That's your money.
and I don't believe you when you say that because what you saying is you don't want a woman who don't got no motion. So basically, you don't want a woman who's working. You don't want a woman who's finding
That's
hobbies.
not what I said. You're not listening.
Motion. A woman having motion is her doing something with her time.
Oh, so maybe
Having
it's the
shit to do.
definition of motion.
Having shit to do. What's your definition of motion? Let's start there. What you think motion is?
For me, motion, I think it be doing too much. That's why
No.
motion is just doing too much. Because every time, maybe I blame my son for this. He be like, "Oh, dad, we got motion or whatever." I'm like, man, what that mean? I don't. Does that? Because I'm kind of old, so you're gonna have to give me a definition of what that
you got
means.
something going on. You know what I mean? It means you got something going on. You got people who fuck with you, or you know what I'm saying. You got businesses to handle, or you got respect in the hood, or you know what I'm saying, or you got people who fuck with you.
Respect in the hood for
motion-
a woman. Or you talking in general?
And I'm talking in general.
Oh, right.
You know, I got
Like
motion.
how
You
we
got
got
motion.
motion.
Yeah, you got
'Cause
something
I know
going
I
on.
got motion.
I got motion too. So back to what he said. Do you want your woman to have motion?
That's why I say no. I don't.
So you can have motion, but you don't want her to have motion.
Listen, let me expand on that. You don't have to have motion like that. Like you can have the motion, it's cool, but it don't gotta be to a point where it's like that is all that matters. You listen, a job, you take care of business, and you have respect, and you like me, because I like who like me. We have a starting point. You don't have to be all the way up here. Like, oh, you got to be up here. You have to have those prerequisites, especially respect, because we can work around that. The reason I'm saying that is you cannot have respect. I'd have met women, no respect. You know, all they have is motion. They got a business and they got everything else going, but they don't got no respect, and they don't even they feel like, you know, they talk to you however. Mm-hmm. I don't care about that. I don't care that you got a big old house and you make so much money and all of this, and you got all this motion, so you think you got a lot of options, so you talking to me crazy because you think you can talk to me or you can deal with me anyhow. I'm like, yo, dude. I'm like, yo, you can have that. I ain't trying to be involved in that because in the long run, it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah. So it says they saying that motion means having significant money, momentum, or success. So
Having what? Can you read that again?
Having
Motion.
significant money, momentum, or success.
Significant money.
Momentum or success.
I don't care about too much
You don't
about
care
that.
about that?
That's what I thought. I don't significant. That's the thing. Significant. Nah, you just gotta respect me. I could deal with a woman with a job. That's what I could deal with a woman with a job.
What about hobbies?
Huh?
What about hobbies?
Yeah. With hobbies too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's cool. You know. So what I'm trying to say is I could deal with a regular woman with a job and she regular, she beautiful, she regular, she got respect. You don't got to have motion. You don't got to have a whole bunch of followers. You don't got to have so many cars. You don't got a big house.
So I think that's what we getting confused. Okay, so
Right.
motion to a lot of people these days would means you got a lot of followers or a lot of people, because sometimes, you know what I'm saying,
That's-
when you got a nigga texting your phone and he trying to pull up, we got motion.
That's what I thought motion was. That's what I was saying. Like my son be like, "Oh, I got motion." So
When you
if a
been
woman
texting
telling
that
me she
nigga-
got motion,
When you been texting that nigga and he ain't responding, now he just start up. we got motion. Motion is happening right now. So
Right.
motion can really can mean a lot of things.
Yeah, these terms be
it
tripping
really
me up.
be
I'm from the
like
old
this.
school now. These terms be tripping me up. I
Yeah,
really need
yeah.
to get a clear cut definition of what that mean. But yeah, I mean, I just need me. Like I said,
You need a feminine woman.
a feminine, grown ass woman who know what she want. You can have a job, you can have a business, you could be doing whatever you're doing, but as long as you like me, I like you, and you are respectful, we have somewhere to start. We could build something. That's really what I be talking about. But I don't pick women far as she got a lot of motion. She don't got a lot of motion, so I'm gonna go where the motion is, or she
But
got a
some
bunch of
people-
cars and followers. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah, some people do pick off that, and dudes be saying like, "Oh, well, you want a woman who got her own car, own job, wooty wooty woo," but some dudes still that makes some dudes still feel insecure, because this woman got a job, she make more money than you.
If a dude feel insecure over that mean you messing with the wrong dude. If he feel insecure, fellas, ain't nothing wrong with dealing with a woman that got more money than you. Ain't nothing wrong. You just got to be doing something, and you got to be working towards something. If you are working towards something, you probably gonna make money together. You put the forces together, and it's gonna be good on gravy. Because as far as your lifestyle and what happened, listen, I could be making $100,000 a year. You could be making $200,000 a year. We put the money together, we gonna be cool. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got something going for yourself, and she got something going for herself, and she got respect, it's gonna be cool. It ain't really about that. The respect gotta be there. But if you judging people off of, what money they make or what possession they emotion, I think, man, that's means to the end. And I think that's what's wrong.
I
these
also
days.
feel like, fellas and ladies, if you're working towards something, you got motion too.
Oh yeah.
If you're working on something, you got motion too.
Listen, this almost if you're a woman and you got your one job, you know what I'm saying, and you making money, you got your apartment, you got your car, you looking after your kids, and you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you got motion.
No, you don't. You gotta do a little bit more. You gotta do a little more. You gotta do a little bit more. That's just the bare minimum. You ain't got no motion. I mean, what's motioning? You know what I mean? You're doing what you're supposed to do. You having motion, you got to over exceed. You got to do more than what you're supposed to be doing. That's bare minimum. Having motion is having a job, taking care of your kids, having a house, having a crib, having a career, having a side business, having a hustle, going to the gym, in school, taking classes, about to graduate. That's motion. You hear how that sound?
So let me
It
tell you
sound
this.
like motion going on right there.
When you say that for me, when you say that for me, when you say that's the bare minimum, I'd rather deal with a woman with the bare minimum who respect me than deal with a woman who got a side hustle, she got a business, she doing all this, and she don't got no respect.
But just because she got motion don't mean she disrespectful.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of times, going through the video, a lot of times women who got all of that, and they be thinking like, you know what I'm saying, depending on, because I know the water's being muddied now, now.
It's real bad.
Yeah, it's real bad, right? Because sometimes, like, I don't know what it's like, because sometimes women be like that, and they get used to like men stepping up to them, and they don't really know the reason why they stepping up to them. Like, is it because I got all of this or whatever?
Yeah.
Sometimes, or maybe they may give a dude a chance, opportunity to be with them, and a dude taking advantage now, and they think, oh, you with me because this, down, the third.
Yep.
Now that's the dude problem. You dig what I'm saying? But for me, a regular chick, she got a job. She doing, as you say, she doing what she's supposed to do, and she respectful. I'm going to be with that woman. Listen, you already got the basics right here. I'm going to come through with the goddamn equation. We going to put 1 and 2 together, and we going to make 10.
Ooh.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mario, it sound like you know what you want in a relationship. Sound like you know what you want in a woman.
Without a doubt, I do.
That's good. As you should. You should. But one thing I can say, ladies, don't be nice to these niggas, because being nice to these niggas will get you trampled on like the Lion King, okay? You get trampled on, ran over. They gonna
like what?
Like Simba was in the Lion King. They gonna trample, Scott or Daddy, whoever. They gonna trample over you and run you down to the ground if you be nice. You can't be nice. Now, you got some guys you can't be nice to. But most of the dudes, you can't be nice to them. Being nice to them, then that's when they feel like they could take advantage of you. Then they feel like you sweet. You know what I mean?
What's your definition of being nice?
Buying a nigga some gifts. Buying them gifts. making his meals, bringing them food, feeding them, clothing them, loving them too much, being around, being up
So
under him
ba-
too much.
ba-
A man will get tired of you for doing too much good things
Ba-
to him.
based on what you're saying, you can't do that to every nigga now. You have to do that to somebody who worthy.
Right.
Right. You can't you even as a person, you can't just be nice to everybody. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I saw a clip where LL was saying, LL Cool J, the rapper, he was like, I'm not a nice guy. I want to be a good man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to be a good person. You can't be nice to
a good
everybody like
person,
that.
yeah.
Spread yourself thin.
But
you
it seems
can't
like
do that.
seem like all the good people are the ones that get taken advantage of. So, I just say be nice. If you're gonna be nice to a dude, be nice to a certain extent. Have boundaries and limitations.
Right.
Have boundaries and limitations, because every time they calling and you come in when they call, that's being nice. Being up under them and being around them too much, that's being too nice. You know what I mean? Being available all the time, doing whatever they ask you. Hey, can you cook me this, cook me that? Nigga ain't did nothing, ain't invested nothing, ain't even did nothing worthy of you doing these things, but you doing them because you just a nice person. You a good person. So just set boundaries, set healthy boundaries, and go from there, and go from there. So let us know what y'all think. Give us a call if y'all got anything y'all want to say. Let's dig up in these comments. Munyon, can you read the comments? Can you see what they saying in there? Looks like it's lit in the comments.
I can see a little bit. Somebody
It's
said,
lit. It's lit.
yeah, that's right, professional. They agree with profession. Y'all be always agreeing with profession in the
'Cause I
comment
be
section.
right.
If she's paying for her own bills before she met you, what's the issue?
Yeah.
Okay. Less of a man is how they feel. Oh, less of a man. Now, what if she got it all and she
That's what I
is
said.
respectful?
That's what I said.
Now, once she got it, okay, that's cool then. That's
Yeah.
cool. She got it all. She respectful. That's cool. I agree with Munya.
Munyon.
Okay, thank God somebody agreed with me. That surface level thinking and picking. What that say? Is it picking or picking? Picking. Looking at read that perfection. I can't. It's too small.
That's surface level thinking and picking, looking at the things someone has as you decide to date or not to date them. That is very surface level. Looking at what they have. That is very surface level. I have to agree with you on that. I have to agree with you on that. Okay, Mayan. So it looks like you may got a question for us. You got a question for me? You got a question for the audience?
I got a question for the audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And me too, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to ask you as well. Like, have you ever self-sabotage to protect your feelings? Like you sabotage the situation that you're in to protect your feelings. If so, why?
Do I answer that question, or we're going to let the video play, or? Okay, let's play the video.
She'll be dating someone and really like them, but still be swiping. And I'm like, it's because you're not monogamous. And
No, maybe you're trying to protect yourself from liking them too much.
Yes, girl, I
knew
do
you
that
were
too.
gonna relate with me.
I do that too.
Bro, the second I'm obsessed with somebody, I'm like, okay,
But you are.
what
not
can I
monogamous.
do to fuck another nigga
what-
or like go on a
yes.
date? You gotta get it out. You gotta get it off.
When you really like a guy, you have to fuck another guy to what? I need the explanation.
No, I don't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's...
And let me just say this. That don't work, okay? It don't work. You liking a nigga and trying to stop yourself from liking him too much and going to fuck another nigga, that don't always work, because you like who you like. You can like a nigga and then go fuck another nigga to try to stop yourself from liking this nigga and still end up liking this nigga even more, to the point where now you don't even like the nigga that you didn't fuck. So you basically wasted your time fucking the nigga, because now you don't even want to be around him no more, and you still like this nigga. Because you can't change your emotions. You can't change how you feel about a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you sleeping with somebody else is not going to make you like somebody else less. Now, what it can do, it can distract you a little bit. It can distract you, but I don't think that it's going to make you like that person any less.
Man, looking at that video right there, man, one thing come to mind, man. This generation right here, man, and I'm going to speak like an old dog. This generation right here, man, I feel like everybody trying to run away from pain. Trying to run away from pain is like trying to run away from death. That bitch is coming.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay.
I know so. We all going to die. And as human beings, you go, listen, your heart going to be broken. I don't care. You like somebody and you're gonna go sleep with somebody because you think that's gonna make you feel any better. It don't matter. You're gonna get hurt. These are things I don't care. You listen, there's no right way, wrong way of living. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you cannot run away from pain. All you can do is try to mitigate what's gonna come. But you have to take these. That's what people say. There's nothing as losses, it's lessons, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's lessons. So I feel like a lot of us,
Come on, cook.
You know, I feel like a lot of us in life, right? We go about life trying to avoid disappointment and avoid pain. So we looking at a situation and I'm like, if they do this, I'm going to do this. So before they do this, because they probably want to do this, I'm going to make sure that I'm playing offense the whole time, you know, just in case a nigga might want to do this. I already got 2-4 niggas lined up just because he may want to do, because he going to disappoint me. So I already know I'm going to call Steve and John or whatever. Oh. Life don't work like that. Sometimes you got to go through the motions. You're going to have to learn through going through what you're going. You're going to have to deal with the pain, take it as a lesson, and go, that's how you learn and that's how you get better. Yeah, it's like playing football. You can't play football thinking that you're going to be running away from being tackled, you know, trying to avoid being in the scrimmage. You a professional football player. The hurting gonna come. You gonna get caught up in the scrimmage, and you know you're gonna get a concussion. Especially if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like everybody half-assing relationship situations because they feel like, what's the point of going in at 100% because I'm gonna get hurt. Yeah, but you're going to get hurt anyway.
Because you're going to get hurt anyways, and going in with 100 is probably the biggest mistake you can do. You can't give nobody 100. You put 100 in yourself and yourself only. You can't go in with 100% on nothing. And that's absolutely nothing that you do, especially not a relationship. However, I feel like people are trying to avoid that pain because that shit hurt. Just like if you put your hand in the fire, that shit hurt. You ain't finna go put your hand in no fire no more. So yes, any way you can possibly avoid heartache and pain and disappointment and betrayal and all of that, I would suggest definitely do. But what I can say is, fucking another nigga, that might just not work. In their case, that particular thing, that might just not work, and you just fucked another nigga for nothing because it did not get you over this nigga that you like a lot.
Who do you know? Who do you know in this world that's ever been great? I'm talking about great, and ain't
Michael Jackson,
and ain't never been through nothing.
Oh shit! Well, yeah, nobody.
Right?
Yeah, nobody.
Who do you know? Who do you know that is great and ain't never been through adversity? I'm talking about the biggest. Sometimes the people that we look up to, the Martin Luther King, the Malcolm X, all these people, a whole bunch of them, the greater they are, they had to even take adversity like death. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes what is stopping you from being great is you want to avoid the goddamn pain.
But I think people want to avoid the pain from unnecessary situations.
You can't do that
you
now.
You can't avoid the pain from being with a piece of shit. Avoid the pain from being with a piece of shit.
Avoiding the pain. Ain't
nothing wrong with that. You ain't got to sit there and take no pain from a piece of shit. So if you're gonna avoid the pain, avoid the pain. Ain't nothing wrong with avoiding the pain, my young. You can't say that.
Let me tell you something. What is the most precious gift you have right now? Your kids, right? You love your kids to death, right?
Yes, for sure.
Labor come with having kids. Was that shit easy having them?
But it was worth it.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga,
it was what. So
taking the pain from these heartbreaks and these betrayals that these niggas putting us through, that shit ain't worth it.
Life don't work like that.
Every time you think you're gonna keep on taking somebody back from causing you pain and hurt, and you trying to look past it, it ain't never worth it. You always look back like, damn, that shit wasn't even worth it. Say I'm lying.
You're lying.
So if you taking the pain from a motherfucker, and you just taking it and taking it and taking it, and then you look back on it, you're gonna be like, well, that pain was worth it.
Pain is inevitable. Perfection. Pain is inevitable. I don't care.
Don't go take no pain from all these different niggas.
I don't care what angle you cut the cookie. I don't care how you know how you look at it. You could be. The pain is gonna come. Listen,
it's gonna come. But if you can avoid it, avoid it. Say I'm lying. Say that ain't no true statement. Say I ain't cooked with that. If the pain is
I
gonna
don't
come,
believe it. I don't subscribe to that.
if the pain is gonna come and you can avoid the pain, avoid the pain.
Face the goddamn pain. That's what
No.
I'm trying to say.
Mayan,
Have
Mayan,
to face the pain.
no, you ain't gotta. In certain situations, I agree, but in some situations, you don't gotta face the pain. When we talking about relationships in this situation, where these girls is talking about, they talking about in relationships. You ain't gotta face the pain.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Do whatever you gonna do to ease the pain.
No.
Shit.
This,
you know, you talking about kids. Yeah, I had them kids and I went through childbirth, but I got the epidural. I wasn't gonna face that damn pain.
So here's what I'm saying. And guess what? And guess what?
Let me cook.
Yo.
I got an epidural and shit. I wasn't
here
gonna
it
take
is.
that pain.
But here it is. Why you think people always advocate for the natural birth over the epidural? The epidural,
Yeah.
it has consequences, right? The epidural is not always if you go to the epidural, you're gonna have to deal with some things later on in life. That's why people want to have the natural birth. You have the natural birth. It's different from having the epidural. Because having the epidural, it can have some lifetime consequences when you be dealing with that. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm saying that when I'm saying you don't gotta work so hard to avoid the pain, the reason I'm saying that is you have to face the pain head on so that later on in life, you can deal with situations better. I'm not saying every situation you collide with the pain and but I'm just saying sometimes you have to face the pain head on so you can deal with situations better later.
Yes, I think I get what you're saying. Okay. Basically, in some cases, facing the pain will bring you out stronger, tougher, and smarter. So I get that in an instance. Facing the pain and going through the pain will make you a tougher person. It will make you tougher and it'll make you smarter. However, if you can avoid the pain, avoid it. Especially when you've already went through the pain. If you've already went through the pain and you can avoid it because you know what the outcome is gonna be, then avoid it. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that at all.
Ain't no problem with that. But what I'm saying is, so my issue was people that try and avoid the pain completely. They don't want to have to deal with it.
But some people don't want to always go through that.
I'm not saying always. That's where we're getting mixed up now.
Once
I'm not
or twice
saying
is fine.
always going through the pain. I'm saying that especially when she said in that situation, she said she really likes somebody, right? I'm assuming that you done went through some stuff already because she not a teenager. She done been through relationships already.
Right.
Now, okay.
Uh-oh. We got a call. Get It Off Your Chest podcast.
Hotline. Who we got on this damn phone?
Hello.
Hey, who you got on the line today?
It's Pre.
Hey,
what up,
Pre. That's our girl.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
What's
Pre,
going on with you,
Pre, what
Pre?
you got for us? I know you about to cook.
Right, so I think that's crazy. And so I'll share. I don't mind sharing because I've been through something like this when I was engaged. I was hurt like hell. Being the nice girl, thinking, you leading with your heart. You just trying to discern. You can't put the pieces of the puzzle together because you don't have them. But you're just leading with your heart, hoping that God leads you that way. Come to find out, I was cheated on her. I don't mind sharing this with nobody because I'm gonna tell you how God works. And for me to break that up, I could not go and get under another man but God. I didn't want to get another man to have sex with him, to attach to his mind, to a trauma bond. I could not do that. To me, I believe you got to heal. You got to heal before you go to the next man, you go to the next woman, especially if you're really about that shit. Like y'all talked about motion. If you really about that motion and about that work, you got to heal your heart. Because to me, it makes no logical sense or reality to put the you crying, you got a boo-boo, to put the Band-Aid on, to take the Band-Aid off again, to put the Band-Aid on, to take it off again and put it back on. Because another man, like they'll say that, the little mantra, whatever you say, to get over one man, you got to get another.
Yeah.
Like, but what game are you really playing with your psyche?
With yourself.
What game are you? Yeah, with yourself. And what game you playing with your heart and your emotion. But the thing is, I feel like these women is like, okay, I got to stop myself from liking this dude. I got to still swipe, but go fuck another dude. Excuse my language. Them bitches is dizzy. Excuse my language. Those women,
off.
they are off. And the reason why I say this, I'm no better than nobody. I'm human, but I'm going to speak from my heart and what I believe in. Is because if you have to stop yourself from liking this dude, what made you like him in the first place? Yeah. And what's wrong with you really sitting in your own feelings and your own emotions to really figure out who the hell you are, whose you are, addressing the traumas, really looking at yourself in the mirror. Right. You looking at your star. You should be looking at your star player every day and figuring out who he or she is. But it seems like these women like this, those girls right there are toxic. And if I was a dude, I wouldn't want to be around a woman like that. Because you may have that person that is giving 110% and more. They got more than emotion. They ain't doing no low vibrational picking. They're not doing none of that stuff. But they really trying to put their heart in it, but for them to be played. And I don't think people think about that on the receiving end either. But when you are hurt like that, you cannot take the Band-Aid off, put it back on, and keep doing that. Yeah. Because when in actuality, and this is speaking from the heart, because I've been there, and I'm going to tell you, the only person I could get up under was God.
Yes. And
that's facts. And I've had people around me, and I'm telling you, he was the only man. And the thing is, like, with all that, because of the hurt, I really had to sit in you have to get to know yourself all over again. Yes, you have to date yourself. You have to date yourself again. Yes. You have to sit in the traumas. I went to therapy. I am not ashamed. Okay? Not ashamed.
Come on.
Cried 3 out of 8. Cried 3 out of 8 sessions. Because when you do that, at this point, those women are leading with their vaginas. Those are low vibration women. Like, all you can do for me is give me a piece of ass. That's all you. If I was a man, that's all you can do for me. That woman don't even have no motion right there, because her slim pickings and what she's doing, that's slim pickings. That's a woman that is picking a man solely off of surface level stuff. Yeah. But at the end of the day is, how can you feed my soul? How can you refill my cup? How can you make sure my psyche, my mental good? Ask me, have I taken a break all day? Because, babe, I'm working hard as hell. But do you acknowledge that? But have you asked, is my mental okay? It ain't about, I don't want to like you that much, so I might have sex with you tonight, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go F it off because I got this other dude is giving me attention.
Oh.
Right. I wanted to speak on what you're saying. I totally agree with you. And sometimes it's crazy how us as human beings, like, I could be in a relationship with a lady, or a lady could be in a relationship with me, and I feel like to get one over them, or to protect myself, I'm gonna put my body through go sleeping with somebody else and doing something with somebody else, putting my body on the line for a situation that is it's not connected to this person, because I just went and did whatever I did, whether he find out or whether she find out or not. I really don't see how these situations is related. So I agree with you, but I got something that I want to ask you at the same time. I just wanted to ask you, from a standpoint, why do you think that none of your relationships have worked out? After the situation that you were talking about, why do you think, from just like from a self-reflection standpoint, why do you think none of the relationships that you've been involved in after that have worked?
Well, that one did not work because, of course, I was leading, I thought, with my heart, and I fell in love who liked me. Like you say, you like who likes you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would say the heart and the mind make a fool of you every damn day. The heart and the mind they are never in sync. Girl. When you think about psychology, the heart and the mind are never in sync. The heart will make a fool of you, but your mind is on point.
Yep. Emotion over logic.
Emotion over logic. So when I think about that, I was leading with what I thought was love. I'm young. That was damn near 11 years ago. I was so much younger. And I thought that I was in love, but the whole time the wool was over my eyes. It was slowly coming off, but I couldn't put the pieces of the puzzle together because I did not have the pieces. But I'm going to tell you, when God works and his angels work, they drove me straight to the place.
Yes.
But when after that, once I went to my counseling sessions, got with my pastor, I totally moved. Got myself,
Yes.
back to where I was only
Yep.
focused on Christ. So
Mhm.
at that time, it wasn't about me dating. It was about getting back to who I was and whose I was. And if a man that happened to come along, if I wanted to date him, I would get involved. But I never been like, okay, I'm gonna date 2, 3 guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give him my full. I'm just meeting you the first time. I don't have any expectations. And if I felt like you wasn't up to what you said, you got a red flag, you got dismissed.
Yeah.
I don't have to be with you. I'm okay with being by myself. The right one will come along.
And I want to ask you something, Pre. What do you think that you would need to do in your next relationship to actually make it work? Like, what can you do in your next relationship to make it work out?
I think that with me is just being able to take that cape off.
Okay, now when you say
And
cape,
when taking the cape off, because I've talked to a friend, because, with a woman being independent and by herself, single, I have to learn to take that cape off and allow him to do for me. But of
yes,
course, with him allowing to do for me, he has to create that environment.
yes,
He has to create the environment for him to submit to God to where I can submit to him. And submitting to him is not being bent over in the kitchen, cooking his food, washing his clothes. That's not what it is. It's allowing him to lead and to give up that, you know what I'm saying, that, like we talked about before, is to give up that whole reins of the relationship.
yes.
I
All
have to do that.
control.
Yet relinquish the control.
Yes.
And I had to learn that when I first got engaged 11 years ago. I had to learn to do that. He's like, babe, I'm gonna take your car to get an oil change. No, I can do that shit myself.
Mm.
Yeah, I was so used to that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, there's women who are walking in masculinity, not saying that they're masculine, they're full women, but they have to do it because they have no other choice.
They have no other
I don't have
choice.
nobody. I don't have Mr. Prince Charming coming to say, I'm about to do this, do that. I have to do everything myself, which is perfectly fine. I pay all my bills. I don't ask nobody for nothing.
That's real. That's
You know
real.
what I'm saying? But that's what I have to do to make it work, because I'm gonna always be my true, authentic self. You like it, if you to love me is to like me is to love me.
Absolutely.
I'm
And
I'm
that's
that
real.
I'm that genuine person that you do want to have your side. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of gems, but of course it has to be the right person at the right time. I don't want to keep asking God, like, send me that tracking number. I got 2-day prime. What do I got? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. So it's just, just being patient and just
being
also
patient.
just put myself out there a little more.
Pre before but before we shut it down, one word of advice for people looking for a better relationship. We gonna close it out with that. What you got to say about that? One word of advice, because everybody
Yes.
looking for a better situation. What you
Yes,
think?
absolutely.
Right.
I would say is focus on God, know who you
I
are
like
and
that.
whose you are, and also just remember intimacy is not sex, but you have to make sure you are your best self so you can help that person be their best self when you do meet them. And then come at the same time, when you come to them, come correct, come healed,
Absolutely.
and come ready to actually make that motion, because you could be that man's wife or
Mm.
husband.
Mm-hmm.
And just be ready to move, and just listen to God, because he'll tap you on the shoulder and say that you're ready for it.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Nah,
I
that's
agree with
what's
that,
up, Pre.
Pre.
Now we appreciate you as always. Thank you
All right,
for
y'all.
always, shedding some light on these topics,
Oh, she be
commenting
cooking.
and all of that. We
You be
appreciate
cooking.
you so much.
And no, Apri, you are not alone. And
No,
your
girl,
journey,
I'm good.
there's a ton of women out there who feel like they need to take that cape off, and from being
Yeah.
independent so long and being independent all their life. A lot of women out there feel like they struggle with taking that cape off and letting the man help them and lead them, but it's hard when you got to be an independent woman. It's hard. So that's something
just
that we
show
need to
me.
work on.
Yeah, just show me, because I can hear you talk all day, but like I say, you stimulate my mind, my body will follow, but you have to show me better than you can tell me.
Ooh, and that's that piece. That's that
Yeah,
piece, Pre.
that's it.
All right, we're going to close it out, baby girl. We appreciate
Okay,
you
bye.
as
Hold it
always.
down,
You
Pre.
know that.
You know that.
Yes. Love y'all too.
Okay, it's all love.
It's all up.
Yes.
And one thing I gotta say,
And I got emotional on that because I know what she's talking about. I was gonna say that.
Like, you
That was
gonna
my
say-
answer. She
you
stole
know,
my
and
answer.
One thing that I want to just bringing it home because we're about to close it out, right?
Yeah.
I just want to say that these conversations that we have, like for me, I love when we get together. I love seeing a black man and a black woman together.
Man,
building
talk about it.
something that's real.
Talk about it.
We having kids and we have not because we don't got look. Nobody really ride for us.
You don't.
Nobody gonna ride for us like our. So these conversations is not.
Hey,
I've never answered-
our violence ain't the threat. Our love is.
Right.
Black love is the
so
threat.
these conversations is to better our relationships. But anyway, let's read the comments. What the
Okay,
comment
before we
section
read the
say?
comments, let me answer this question. Okay.
Right.
I honestly feel like none of my relationships worked out from a self-reflecting on me and where I could have possibly went wrong in these relationships. Like Apri said, it's so hard, and I'm gonna get emotional. It's so hard being an independent woman, taking care of all of the household things and taking care of the cars and the gas and the kids and having to work. That is so hard being an independent woman. So it makes it hard. It makes it hard to allow a man to come in and do that for you. And I say that because today I went to Starbucks. And I was standing at the thing making my coffee in my own little world. And there was a black man in the corner, and there was a black man standing next to me making his coffee too. The black man in the corner, he asked me, he said, "You like cinnamon in your coffee?" I said, "Yes, I do." He wanted to start a conversation with me. Cool. So as I'm making my coffee, I'm reaching over the other man's coffee to get me a sugar. And I couldn't hardly reach the sugar. So he was like, "Wait, what you need, baby? What you need?" And I'm steady trying to reach the sugar and try to get the sugar. And the man basically telling me to move my hand. He said, "What you need?" He said, "You want 1 or 2 sugars? I'll get it for you." And he handed me the sugars. And in that moment, I realized I have to stop being so independent, but it's just a natural reaction. I am an independent single woman. I do have to take care of everything by myself. And I think in that moment, that man felt like he was helping a woman. And even when I let him hand me the sugar that I could have grabbed on my own, it made me feel feminine. It made me feel like there are other people who can help you. There are men want to help. Men should have a desire to help a woman. Right. In any case. However, the woman has been taught to be strong, independent for so long and taking care so long. It's so hard for us to just sit back and allow that. So that's something that I'm working on, and that's something that I'm learning too. I have to stop being so independent in a relationship and let a man help me in the areas where he desires.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you being vulnerable and telling us what you be going through sometimes. But
it was crazy.
I want us sometimes to cut ourselves some slack sometimes because I know I don't be I'll be talking crazy sometimes, and I try not sound like a bookworm, which I am sometimes. But sometimes we need to understand that the situation that we are in right now, it's not something that just came by coincidence, right?
Yeah.
And I know you don't like me talking about the system. It was something that was developed, and it was something that was orchestrated.
We know that.
To where we are too strong of a people to where it's like
keep us divided.
Right, to keep us divided. Remember back in the days when Section 8 was created?
We know that.
All of that. So moving forward, this is the remnants, and this is what that situation has became, and we are a generation that come from that. But all these conversations to make ourselves better so we can recognize and realize that we come from generations of broken families and situations to where we have so many traumas, but we can't obviously keep making excuses that we went through that. So these conversations is to make us better. But this is where we have landed, And a lot of men do not know how to deal with women. A lot of women do not know how to deal with men. So sometimes you question yourself. If you moving around here as a real dude, you question yourself because you're like, is there any real women? If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing as a woman, you question yourself, is there any real dudes out there? The thing about it is, one thing that I know for sure, there is. But you have to be that person. And your person is out there. But we have to stop certain things, and we have to stop certain
self-reflecting.
And we have to stop. And sometimes to change yourself, the psychology, everything is in your mind. The way you think about the situation, you have to change how you think, and you have to not only learn new things, but you have to unlearn how you've already been doing certain things for you to open up to new situations. You did
like
what
I just said, it took that situation had me doing some self-reflection. But before we close out, Mayan, okay, what do you think why do you think none of your relationships have worked out? Like, from a self-reflection standpoint, why haven't none of your relationships worked out? We want to hear your answer on that.
Yeah, I think I know definitely why my relationship ain't worked out, because I come from a situation where the situation I grew up in, my parents' relationship was chaotic. So I come from that. I remember telling myself I ain't never gonna get married, because if this is what marriage consists of, I do not want to be a part of that. But then also growing up African, it's like there's so many hurdles you got to go past, and there's so many expectations to where you got to be this professional person. There's so many bars to cross. So I've always had high expectations for myself, to where sometimes I cheated myself from situations where I could have gotten to where I needed to go, but I would just, like, any sign of like this gonna slow me down, I was just bailing. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, this ain't gonna work out. This ain't gonna work out. So I was just really and that's my fault, to where I needed to really slow down and pace it out. You dig what I'm saying? But I was too much in a hurry chasing something that now that I'm in my 40s, I'm in my late 40s, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, nah, I'm moving too fast. Or I was moving too fast. I should have slowed down. I would have gotten there, but I was just like, nah, this ain't it. I'm trying to get to the next thing, just trying to chase what I feel was like what I was supposed to chase. So I feel like that's why, the majority of my relationship ain't work out, because just a slight little thing. And that's one thing. I don't mean to go over, over the time slot.
Come on.
One thing that I've learned in relationships go through waves. And sometimes I have not always been the best of riding that wave. When you first get in a relationship, the first wave is good. Y'all are young. The money is good. Everybody attractive. You've not faced any adversities. That's the first wave. But relationships go through waves. I know your parents been together for a very long time.
45 years.
45 years. They probably went through a whole gang of waves, right?
Yep.
But my situation, and you asking me, going back to the question why my relationship haven't always lasted, is because I may have lasted through the first wave, second wave, third wave come, I'm like, nah, I'm in a rush. You dig what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to the next thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I look at the statistics of the relationships that have lasted the most, they have lived through the waves. It could be a health wave, financial wave,
infidelity wave,
and we're not going to throw blame on this one, that one, but they have outlived those waves, and I think I have not always been the best at surviving those waves.
Yeah, and I got some of those traits as well, but it's good you recognize that. And if y'all did the same self-reflecting like we did, it's good to recognize that, because now you know what you need to work on. And that's the beauty in these type of conversations and these type of topics, because it have you doing that self-reflection, because as long as you're aware of the issue, you can fix it. Okay, there's always possibility of you fixing it and becoming the best version of yourself and bettering yourself for a relationship, for a business, and for whatever it is you're working on. So my advice is to always learn and always improve. Definitely, in every area of life. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. I know y'all are in the comments. Y'all going at it, ain't y'all? Okay, all they doing is collecting bones and soul ties. It appears that people like this are afraid to be alone, sit in their trauma, heal, and actually find out who the hell they are. Absolutely. Yes. True.
True.
Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Multi-sexual partners don't stop a person from falling in love with who your heart wants. Just fall in love with that one person. And that's the idea. You know, that's what we all hope to strive for. We have to go through things to understand things, to grow and learn. 100% true. That's what I stand on. That's what I live by. Or better yet, stop the pain from really sitting in it all and striving to be great. Always strive to be great. Always try to improve. I agree. It's just, let me see. Okay. Life left no choice but letting ladies get too strong. Strong, independent women need to take the guard off. I feel at some point it's a skill you need to learn. Yes. You meet someone who can help them. I do. I agree with that 110%.
Talking some real stuff.
That's Lisa. Lisa 263H3U. Okay, shout out to you, Lisa. Shout out to Paris. Shout out to Insanity.
Shout out to everybody in the comments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, take the guard off, ladies. Let somebody help you, even if it's as small as handing you a pen or a sugar.
Some
you know,
sugar.
let that man ask him. Stand when you next time y'all walking into somewhere and it's a man. You stand at that door until a man walk up and open it for you. You allow that man to be a man, and you allow yourself to be a woman.
Dude, I love it. Man. This has been a perfect episode.
As always.
I feel like we redeemed ourselves. Last week, we was kind of like, under the weather. But that's life. But I really, really appreciate everybody. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in. And before we go, Profession, go ahead and talk about this candle. Smelling out good.
Yes,
man.
That's one of our masculine man candles. Y'all
here.
know I love me a masculine man, okay? So that's one of my masculine man candles I created for the masculine men, obviously. Those are my favorite. And then we have some other ones down here. Y'all can go and get those at perfect-ioncollection.com. Definitely go support your girl. And Munyon has a book, Shadow Outlines. Okay.
Y'all been showing me love.
They have been showing love.
This book finna be a bestseller on Amazon.
Oh, yeah, it better be. It better be. And y'all continue.
I appreciate y'all.
Continue to shop. Continue to support Munyon's book. Go support us. Support your local small businesses. Until next time.
We love y'all.
Peace.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. Money on perfection. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. This is get it off your chest. Say it with your chest. No filter, no stress. We address what's next. Hip hop culture, news, what's fresh. If it's heavy on your heart, better get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Go ahead, confess. Real talk only, we don't deal with the mess. From the streets to the net, we connect and dissect. Munya and perfection, now the convo in effect. Mic check, 1, 2, breaking news in the booth. From the culture to the chaos, we delivering the truth. If it's trending, we bending the timeline in two. Urban legends, new tension, yeah, we covering that too. From rap beef, threads to the headlines. Industry moves, we decode the fine lines. What's viral? What's worth your time? We bring perspective to the noise online. No sugarcoat takes, no politically pressed. If it's weighing on your mind, better say it with your chest. Laugh a little, think a little, might debate a little bit. But it's all up, we just speaking how we live. When you're in the building with the fire perspective, perfection on the mic, yeah, the name is effective. Balance in the convo, energy collected. Every episode strong, every topic reflected.
Get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Ain't no drunk shit, nigga. Hip hop culture, news, and smack. It on your heart, better get it off your chest.
Boy, that Cheetos ain't working.
Real talk only, we don't